Hi, I'm Kelly Vaughn, and this is Inside Indy. Here on Inside Indy, we're going to be talking about domestic violence because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we want to make you aware of how to protect yourself, for one, but we have a guest in the studio who's going to share her story. In fact, she's written a book about it. It's called Pieces of Me, Memoir of Davisha Fredericks. And Davisha is here in the studio with us, and she is joined by Michael Watts, who is with Assurance Security. You're the president and CEO of Assurance Security. And so we want to welcome Davisha and Michael to Inside Indy.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, whatever has happened to you, you've written a book about it. And what's so interesting is the cover. It's like the shattered glass and just surrounding your face.
Yeah. So
tell us about the cover and the book.
So absolutely, the concept behind the cover is this, that you're getting pieces of me, but you're seeing the pieces broken. Everything around me was falling apart, as you can see in this book, in the story that I unravel. Everything is broken up, but me, I am still intact. So that's the concept behind that. Like, I still stayed with it, still went through it, and here I am today to tell my story. Okay,
you said went through it. So what did you go through? And I know you don't want to give the whole the book away, because there's some stuff in here you're going to tell us that's in the book that you may not reveal here. But take us back to how this all began.
So how this all began, I was about 15 years old. The guy that I write about in the book is 17 at the time. We started dating. We knew each other. I talk about that in the book too previously. So we just kind of met up at a party, like wasn't planned, but we saw each other, exchanged numbers, started dating.
Is this in Indianapolis?
Yes, this all happened in Indianapolis, Indiana. And so after that, I mean, it just kind of evolved from there. Like, we were all together happy. Next thing you know, it was all falling apart. And it wasn't anything. I think that I saw the signs. We always saw the signs, but there's always something else that blocks the signs. You know, there's the signs that are there, for instance, like number one sign that I tell people that was there, that I knew that his mom was in an abusive relationship as children. Like, I went to school with them as grade school, so I knew that.
That his mom was in an abusive relationship?
His dad abused his mom, so we knew that. And so that was a huge sign. But instead of seeing the signs, I saw something else. I saw love. I saw relationships. I saw good things that he was doing for me and with me. Like, I was in a happy relationship. So I didn't think about, oh my God, I probably shouldn't date this guy. But so anyways, we went ahead and started dating. And like I was saying earlier, probably a year into that, in this book, I talk about how I'm being dragged down the hallway, how after that I went back to him, and then I had a baby at 17, graduated high school at 18, 19. We're living together. And next thing you know, we're arguing every day, fighting, and that went on for 2 years, and I moved out. And so after I moved out, the stalking happened, the breaking and entering started happening. He's at my home all the time when he's not supposed to be. I'm getting restraining orders, my mom's getting involved, my siblings are getting involved, family members are getting involved. And it's like, even after that, here I am again, pregnant again by him, and I'm back with him again. And so it was this repeated cycle, and I tell people it's just not something that you could just get out of, because from very early on, at 16, I was already controlled. I'm talking controlled to the point I'm being dragged down the hallway, and the next week I'm back with them.
And why? What was behind the dragging you down the hall incident? Do you remember that day?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's in the book as well, but I'll just give you a draft. So we're at a basketball game. He was a huge basketball player. He always went to all the games. His family members were all basketball people and sports people. So that's what we did. And so it was on a school night. We're at the basketball game. I really wasn't involved with that. So I went and called friends on the payphone. Back then, you didn't have cell phones.
Back then, you look so young. I don't know how back then is the back then, but
so like that's in '92. But like there was not cell phones then.
How old are you?
So now I'm 41.
Oh my gosh, you look like you're like 25.
Thanks.
Like even the camera crew's like. The camera, like, let me focus in some more. Is there a line there? Oh my gosh. No, I thought you were in your 20s.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So, that night I'm on the phone calling my friends. Nobody's answering. Well, I was really good friends with this guy at school. So we always talked, nothing more than that. I'm talking to him on the phone. We're talking about the teachers, what they had on, how they got on our nerves. We had several classes together. And so I'm talking to him on the phone, and I turn around, and there is my boyfriend. And he flipped out. he just took the phone, snatched it, started hollering and screaming at me, slammed me up against the wall. I'm taking off. Next thing you know, he pulls me by the jacket and dragging me down the hallway. So that's how that kind of happened. And like, I laid that out so well in the book. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote it, but it really gives you graphic details of how that happened and what my mind was thinking at that time. Like, it was just craziness. I didn't even have a thought of what to do or what not to do.
Did you think he was trying to kill you?
At that point, no. I was just scared because this was the very first incident I've ever had with him, and all I seen was love. Like, we were together everywhere. We went everywhere
Like,
together.
so where
we
did this
did everything. So
come from?
why is this happening? Like, what did I do wrong for him to do this? And that's what you're thinking when it's because you're like, what is going on? Why is he acting like this? And that's what I was thinking. And I'm like, what is going on?
So what did he say? What's his logic?
After that?
Or during that? I mean, what
Like,
was he saying?
at that point, he wasn't really saying anything. It was just like happening. All this is happening. And like I said, in the book, there's so much more that happened after that night. And it wasn't so much, it was like a verbal abuse, the conversation we had to have at that time. He had a car, and where we were at, I was all the way on the other side of town. I didn't even know where I was at to get back home. And my mother did not drive. So like, I had to get in the car with him, like figure out, and he didn't want me to get in the car. He was not gonna let me in the car.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, I am really flipping out now. Like, what in the world am I gonna do? So like, I had to get in the car. I talk about that in the book. So like, yeah.
Wow. Wow. So you figured out something at this point, that he's different. He's not the person who you thought he was. And, and people watching this will say, well, once you saw that, why didn't you get out?
Right. And so it really wasn't about getting out. In that point, in that moment, and what I want people to understand is listening and watching, your mind is not thinking get out. Your mind is thinking fear. You are terrified, because that's how I felt. I can't speak for any other woman that has been through this or man, but you think of fear. And you're scared and you're terrified, and that's not just something, you're trying to figure everything out, all these emotions going on. At 16, all these emotions going on, and I never had any violence in my home. So I had no idea.
Yeah, and 16, yeah.
Yeah, at 16, these just things you just
know.
don't think about. And at the time, in high school, I saw so much more things going on in relationships, so I didn't think that this was anything. I was like, okay, we're good here, because I'm not walking around with black eyes. I'm not walking around being abused. You know what I mean?
So you saw other abuse. You saw other forms of abuse.
And so like, the people that I might have hung around, or maybe in the realm of people that I saw, and I saw that going on, I just thought, oh my God, what is she doing? Why don't she just leave? But at the same time, I was in this same position. But when you're going through it and you're feeling like you love someone, when you love someone, you don't want to feel like, I just want to leave. Like, you just want to see how you can fix it.
Right. And I think, too, and we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about the love you have for him. And I think that people a lot of times think when someone acts that way, that they don't love you. They may love you, but that's still not the way to act. And,
Exactly.
And they don't know how to act.
Exactly.
Or as he's been trained or mistrained. So we'll talk about more of that, all right?
All right.
When we come back, and how to protect ourselves when we come back.
Awesome.
And welcome back to Inside Indy. I'm Carley Vaughn, and we've been talking to Davisha Fredericks, who is the author of a book, Pieces of Me, Memoir of Davisha Fredericks. Here we're talking about her journey through surviving domestic violence. And we also have Michael Watts, who is with Assurance Security. He's the president and CEO of that particular company. Wow, I'm not even sure where to pick up, Davisha. In that relationship, you ended up with a family. You're still a family over the years. You have three children.
I have 4 total.
4 total.
But I have 2 by him in this book, yes.
Okay. And again, people will say, why didn't you just get out? What happened? What kept you from leaving?
So, and that's like the number one thing. I do want to talk about that real quick. So you're asking me what kept me in that. What keeps people in relationships, first of all, is finances, the fear, the control, the children. Like those four things right there. It's hard to just up and leave when you have kids. It's hard to up and leave when you do not have money to go and nowhere to go.
But see, I think they know that.
They know that. It's a control.
Right, that's
it
why you
starts off
make...
as a control. Let me control this whole situation.
Yeah.
They know once they get that control over you, how can you go and you can have a full job, but there's so much control going on with the finances. There's so much control over mentally and emotionally that person doesn't even think about trying to really get to a point to say, hey, how can I get to this point to leaving? You know what I mean? But I think also people are always asking, why don't they just leave? And I want to tell people this. We need to talk to people and say, you know, what happened with the abuser? Why did he start the abuse anyway? Because when you ask a victim or a survivor that question, you're blaming them. You're still blaming them for the situation, and this is not their fault by any means. So we got to think about how to address that. But it's like, for me, I'm okay with it because I know what kept me there. You know what I mean? And I know what I had to go through to get to this point and where I'm at right now in my life.
No, and I agree with you on especially about the not being able to, because you have a family and it's not that easy just to hop up and take off. But I think the reason I was going to that question, the one thing I always try to bring out in somebody is this whole issue of it's that when you love somebody, it's not that easy to break those ties. And so, I mean, it can happen with a family member in terms of you love your son and they commit a crime, a horrendous crime. It doesn't mean you don't love your kid anymore. Right. So that people understand it's just not that easy. That's more what I think about for a woman staying. And it may take time to fall out of love or to get yourself together. And then that's why maybe after they say it's typically 7 attempts before you actually do separate.
7 to 10 attempts before you leave. So yeah, I mean, it's a good point what you're saying too. I mean, it is very, very hard. I mean, just think of someone saying, okay, my husband cheated, I want to leave him right now. That's not possible. There are children involved, there's homes involved, there's finances involved. That cannot happen right here and right now. So, and there's a process. Right. So just like a woman in an abusive or a man in an abusive relationship, there's a process that they have to go through to get out of this relationship. It's some things that they gotta see, and it's also up to them to say they're leaving. Okay. Yeah.
You mentioned him breaking in, and that's what I want to get to Mike in terms of protecting ourselves in situations like this. So he would just break in at different times, or? Yeah,
so it just happened, you know, I can tell you, like in the book, it talks about it a lot, the stalking and the breaking and entering. But so most of the times, like I know someone is, you know, when someone's been in your house. And so like the first time it happened, I was terrified. Like I'm thinking someone has broken in, like, okay, how am I going to keep my kids safe? Nope, this is not that type of situation. Such and such has been here. I know it was him. Like I see it already. He's here. He's been here. So that breaking and entering thing, you know, it's a thing that in domestic violence that you see a lot, especially with people getting stalked. They'll come into your home, come into your workplace, come into your kid's school, whatever, and violate that privacy, even if you have a protective order.
Okay. Okay. Mike Watts.
Hi.
You protect us.
That's my job.
That's what. So, and I know one of your specialties is you sell systems that secure people's homes.
Correct.
And so, in a case like Davisha's, how can what you do, how can that play in a role in terms of what happened to her?
That's a very good question because we've actually had multiple customers who've been in the same situation as Davisha. And we've sold them systems. And one reason that people don't tend to buy systems is because they think they're so expensive. And we've been able to work out programs that will get customers basic systems that will protect their home, will protect the entry levels. What we try to focus on, we come in and we do what's called a home analysis. Look at the home, and one of the things we look at is places where stalkers can actually hide. How can we eliminate those spots? What can we do to protect those? And then we set up systems that are designed to protect them. Not only just protect them, but because the purpose of an alarm system is kind of to deter people. If you have an alarm system, people usually won't break in, but in this situation, they probably will try to. So it's more than just breaking in aspect of it because we have what's called a monitor system. The monitor system allows you to have someone watching you 24 hours, 7 days a week. The customers that we've set up, have expressed how comfortable they are, how better they're able to sleep because they know somebody's watching. Then there's a second aspect of it that involves cameras. And the cameras allow you that if something happens, that you can show images of the person and you can take those to the authorities and you can then prosecute.
Oh, good point.
So we've had customers that have done that too. But we start with the basic system that allows you to sleep a little bit more comfortably. If someone breaks in, then you're being monitored before you know it, the police are there.
Okay. And at least if the alarm goes off, I can take some kind of, I don't want to wake up and somebody's standing over me. That's
Right.
the worst
in
nightmare.
situation that she mentioned where she's not at home and someone breaks in, well, our system will notify her that somebody's already broken in before she gets home, so she knows that her home there's been an intrusion into her home. The police have already come out, so there's a lot of things that the system will do to alert her that will help her stay safe.
Okay. So how can people? Because I've never seen that in an ad.
Right.
For home security systems, they're like, well, I'm on the phone and somebody just broke in. No, they never showed the one like, my boyfriend just came in here and he had a gun.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that make you buy a security system real quick. So how does somebody get access to, and especially that when you can we can hone in on situations like that?
Well, first of all, call us. And we will come out and do a home analysis. We will talk to you about the system. Once the system is set up, there's several features within the system that allow you, let's say that the boyfriend breaks in and he's crazy enough to break in.
Or the girlfriend.
Or girlfriend,
Right, exactly.
or girlfriend, because there are male abuse cases. But someone breaks in, there's safety features that you can use that will allow you to alert the police yourself. However, if your system's being monitored, they've already contacted the police. Our response time is very, very quick. So we're a top priority in terms of when we notify the police, they pay very close attention that we've notified them, and they're on it in a heartbeat. So that's the first step. Okay.
Then we've got your information on the screen there. So if people want to contact Mike, we got just a minute left. I'm just going to give the floor to Davisha, your words, your advice to viewers.
So I think that if you are in an abusive relationship and you are ready to leave that relationship, know that in Indiana, all around the United States, there are so many resources. I think that we don't have the knowledge of resources. In Indiana, you can call 211 anywhere in the state of Indiana for resources of help for that. Know that there is a way out. There is a purpose for you in your life, and that you are great. And so I just want people to know that they are loved and you have support. So if you would like to reach out, we do support groups. You can reach us through our website or through our phone number at 317-732-5102. And if you want to get the book, you can get the book on Amazon or through me, through the number or through the website.
Okay, Davisha and Michael, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes,
Thanks
absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Inside Indy. And when we come back, we're going to do a little home improvements here on Inside Indy after this.
All right.
And welcome back here to Inside Indy. Do you like to start your holiday shopping early? If you do, and tech is on your list this year, you're in luck. We have tech lifestyle expert Carley Knobloch here to give you some gadget gift inspiration. Hi, Carley.
Hi, Kelly. I partnered with some of my favorite brands today for those of you who are looking for a little early holiday shopping inspiration.
What are some of the hottest gifts that people are buzzing about this season?
Well, you know, smart home gadgets are really the thing. They are as hot as they've ever been. These are the C by GE made for Google bulbs. They're the first to give you Google Assistant control of your smart lighting right out of the box. There's no additional hardware needed. It's literally as easy as screwing in a light bulb. And then you can say, hey, Google, to your phone or your Google Assistant product to control your lights. They're such a great gift, and they're such an easy way to make your home smart. And you know, digital cameras are also at the top of everyone's list year after year. The Nikon D3500 2-lens kit would be a major upgrade for someone looking to take a step up from using their smartphone. It's Nikon's most compact and lightweight DSLR, yet it can take over 1,500 shots on a single battery charge, so it's a really great travel companion. Shoots 1080p full HD video, and it's got Bluetooth connectivity, making it really easy to share what you shoot instantly.
What else should we put on our list for this year?
Yeah, so this is the brand new P-Touch Cube Plus from Brother. It's available November 13th. If you've got an organizer type on your list, I'm kind of one of those organizer types, they will absolutely love this. It's an easy to use label maker with Bluetooth, so you can design and print labels right from your phone, laptop, or desktop. Premium glitter and matte tapes can really jazz up everything from bins in the garage to a product display at your business. Plus, templates in the P-Touch apps will keep you inspired to craft and organize. And then lastly, a new phone case is sure to make anyone happy, especially if it's as full-featured as the Presidio Pro from Spec. It comes in 7 different colors and sizes that fit most current iPhones. Shock barriers keep your phone safe even if you drop it from 10 feet up, and the raised bezel gives the screen extra protection if it lands face down. Plus, it's got an antimicrobial treatment, so it can be great for flu season, and a scratch-resistant texture that'll help keep it looking good, even if you're just dropping it all through the holidays.
Can you give us your tips for shopping online this year?
Yeah, a couple of things that can really help keep you safe online. Make sure you're always shopping from a retailer that you trust. Make sure your passwords are strong. And really, to get the best deals, you can download apps like Honey or Retail Me Not and check them before you buy. And lastly, if you're shopping a little bit later, like more last minute, you can take advantage of buy online and pick up in-store features that many large retailers are offering. You can shop conveniently from home and then go pick it up sometimes that very same day. Makes it really convenient. And for more information about all of these products, you can head to techgifts.tv.
Thanks so much, tech lifestyle expert Carley Knobloch. Thanks for joining us on Inside Indy. And thank you for joining us. I'm Kelly Vaughn. Happy holidays. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.